Good day everyone, Remy from the Rem's Family Channel. I'm in my chicken coop, I'm getting out. It's raining, but I figured it was the best time to start planting some seeds. And one of the reasons I can do it now, well, first of all, I don't need to water the soil as much. Well, I'm gonna have to do it because it's not raining enough actually. And it's giving me time to watch over the 2 mama rabbits right here that are pregnant and should be expecting soon. First thing I want to do is give my soil a good soak, and I just want to be careful not to go too fast because I don't want the soil to spill all over, because let's face it, I pay for that and I don't want to lose it. Now the excess water will go down there, but I will still give it a good soak down there as well. Maybe change this a little bit. This is a mist. I could have used a mist. Right here, there you go. One. Oh. Too fast, look. If I go too fast, look what it does on this one. Okay, I don't want to put too much water because I still have to drag this to my small greenhouse. I say small greenhouse because look at what happened to the big one. The poles are all broken. It's fallen. It's fallen. The tarp, the plastic is half torn apart. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do here. Either I can find a way to fix it. At least I have a frame, I have a shape. As long as I can stay inside those shapes, I should be able to put the plastic back. And I have some plastic greenhouse tape, which should allow me to fix this. I figured this would also be a good idea to do a little garden tour, fruit florist tour. So here I have my mint. They didn't come out yet. Not from what I can see anyway, but they will start soon, very, very soon. It's not a big deal, it grows so fast. I was wondering if I had some asparagus here because I planted asparagus last year. And I have one that is still there. And I don't want to remove any of the weeds because I don't know where the other ones would be. I'm supposed to have 3 of them here if they survived. I'm gonna have to wait and see. I know this is one because I have the little label here, Mary Washington asparagus. The other one could be in this thick grass somewhere. And look at all the pollen. That's gonna create a huge mess. I'm gonna have to remove the weeds from there. It's gonna take a while. I will probably transplant this asparagus with my strawberries because I heard this was they were good companions, and I feel like this would be better than having that here where, as you can see, the grass is growing. And I just realized that I still have a lot of onions that stayed in the ground, but they all seem mushy, so I don't know, maybe they will still start growing at some point, maybe they will start getting their nutrients, but they're very, very mushy. We'll see. I forgot a lot of them there. But if I keep going further, I have some rhubarb here somewhere. This here is a rhubarb. I don't know if it survived or not. I'm hoping so. This was the rhubarb that Jane gave me last year at the conference. And oh, here I have some growing here. Rhubarb. I'm not so sure precisely what I have planted here. I thought I had rhubarb, but look at that. So something's been coming here, which is why I have a cat. These are yellow raspberries, and I'm glad to see that they're still standing. That means they probably survived the winter. Now I should have a second one. It could still be under snow over there somewhere. And I have some huge raspberries here. Well, this is not very good. Something's been digging them up. I'm hoping it's not my cat. Pretty sure that this will not survive because it was dug out. But I still have this one there. Hopefully this one will make it. And I have another one right here. This one seems to be going strong. You never know what to expect when you go do your first little tour to assess the damage. Right here somewhere, I should have some blackberries. This looks like it could be one of them. Yeah, it is one of the blackberries, which means the other one is either on that side here, or, oh well, I have one here. This one, don't know if it's gonna make it or not. It's not very strong. This here's probably another one, or is it? I don't know. It's hard to say. But I'm gonna try to find a way to make it back up there and go check the rest of the stuff. It's a beautiful day. It stopped raining actually. So here I have some loganberries. Not sure if they will survive. It says right there zone 5. Now I am zone 4. We've had a nice winter. If it can take, maybe it will not produce any fruit. That might be the backdraw of it, but at least if it can survive. This is white currant. I just purchased this one this week. I have another one there and a cutting right there. Now I don't know if it survived, if it grew roots or not. This was given to me by Marilyn, little homestead by the beach. So I'm hoping that it takes off. I have some pear trees here. So it's still alive, it's still growing. It has some buds. So as long as it's still alive, I'm happy. Same with this one here, another pear tree with the buds. This here would be raspberries, I think. I'll see when it grows, I guess. This looks like an apple tree or a plum tree. I don't remember. It doesn't have the tag on it anymore. I don't think I had more than 2 plum trees, so this one, I guess we'll have to see. But I have another apple tree right there. As you can, this one there. Plum tree. This row here is red currant. This is a young Saskatoon berry. This one is a young Saskatoon as well. And it's starting to flower, so hopefully I will have some berries this year. This right there is an elderberry. This one here is an elderberry also. And I have another one there that I started from stock last year. And I don't know if you can see that, but it doesn't seem strong. But I see some new growth. As long as I see new growth, I know it's still alive and it's gonna eventually take off. I planted some goji berries here somewhere. For some reason, it doesn't last, it doesn't survive. No, I don't think this would be it. They probably just died. But yeah, so this is black currant. Swampy black currant or swamp currant. I'm not sure how you call it. I found it in the wild, in a swamp. I started trimming this one here. As you can see, this is black currant, and it's black currant all the way to the end there. Starting here, this is an old apple tree that I found in the woods, and it died. But I put some compost. I have one shoot growing here. I'm gonna keep it going at 1. I'm gonna cut these off, try to get this one to grow, and as you can see, it is very well alive. I will eventually graft on that one. I have grapes. This one here, I don't know. It looks alive. I think I see something there. This one here is definitely still living. This one, I don't know. These are my blueberries. And I have some longanberries and cranberries here. Cranberry, longanberry. And I have another one. One there, one here. It should grow. It's supposed to get bigger. It should get very big, actually. And I have another one in the snow there. I'm gonna have some strawberries there. Daylilies, rosemary, oregano, and somewhere in there I have chicory, comfrey. I have an American hazelnut right there, which is pretty cool. It's growing catkins right now, and would you look at that? Marvelous, marvelous. I didn't know I had this here. This is mullein. I've been looking for mullein all year long last year, and I have one growing here. So hopefully it will go to seeds and spread all over the place. This one here, that's another American hazelnut, but I don't think it survived. It seemed to be very dry, but I'm gonna leave it there anyway. But when you do this, and it's very, very dry, but at the same time, this here, it's dry here as well. I'll leave it there. Never know what can happen. And here I have some a hop plant. Now, I don't know exactly where it's gonna come from, but if it grows, I guess we'll see. So I'm still in the same corner. I have a bunch of grapes here. Hopefully some of them survive. This one here has a new growth, so maybe this one is still alive. This is high bush cranberry, if I remember correctly, and that's exactly what it is. Gooseberry right there. I have two more gooseberries in the front of the house. These are honeyberries all the way through here, or you can call them ascaps or camrys. I have a bunch of grapes here as well, and those are honeyberries. I try to feed them, but you know, you always end up losing some. And I have one blackberry here that I kind of forgot. I forgot to plant it. Hopefully it is still alive. I guess we'll have to see. Looks like there's a few new buds. I don't know if that's actually it. I still have my garden resting, but it's so windy that I keep pulling back the tarp and putting something on top just to keep it there, to hold it there. I'm gonna use these boards and I'm gonna make myself a few garden beds here. It's gonna be a lot easier to handle a tarp, because this one is very, very big, and if it gets caught in the wind, then I lose control. Little fire pit there. Gonna start burning some of the woods, some of those cedars there, because I have to get rid of them. My strawberry bed here, I have a bunch of crab growing. It's easy to remove right now, but I still don't know what it is. So, you know, it's growing through the boards. I have some regular grass growing in here as well, and I have to keep up, because if I don't, it's gonna overgrow over my strawberries. This is the issue I have. I will be planting asparagus in there as well, and hopefully my cat will start doing its job. And if I come here on the other side of the garden, I have some more grapes. My goal is to eventually, if it can get started and start growing, to make like a little arch from here to maybe the middle of the garden at some point, or even maybe push them towards the greenhouse that way so that they don't overshadow the garden. An old trampoline, I'm thinking about maybe changing that into a smaller greenhouse. I have an old temple shelter way back there that I can use as a greenhouse as well. I'm just hoping to find the plastic. I hate buying the same thing twice, and I'm pretty sure I lost my plastic from last year, and I don't want to go and buy some back. And right here, I had some grapes and kiwis planted there. It died, and even this one here seemed to be pretty much dead. And I even have ants there I'm gonna have to get rid of. So the small greenhouse is where I'm gonna be planting some of my seeds. I will plant them in the planter you saw earlier and put them in there. These are small flower beds that I made for the girls. You know, they had some of those flowers. I'm probably going to do the same thing again this year. It gives them something to be proud of. It's something they like to do. There's a bunch of grass in there, but regardless, you know, it's attracting the bees, and it's really helpful. Look at the nice rich soil. No wonder the grass grows in there like crazy. I have another used gooseberry there with the little root balls. This is something cherry. Doesn't produce any fruits, but just a beautiful tree with dark red leaves and beautiful white flowers. And this is some sort of lilac. Not sure exactly what kind, but it's producing like crazy. I love it. Another lilac. Apple, cherry, cherry, cherry. Plums, they are caught with black knot fungus. This is all infected here. I might cut this back to see if I can get rid of it, but it's gonna be hard, I think. I would need to cut it up like right from the ground. And even this one here is the same thing. This here is another apple tree. I think it's Golden Delicious. And I have a tree here growing. I have no idea what it is. It could either be sumac or some sort of rose. I don't know. It's still alive. It's growing strong. I have another gooseberry there and another apple tree here. So that's the basics of my little fruit garden tour, but I still have two more things to show you. You see all these cedars? I'm gonna have to cut them up. I'm gonna have to get rid of them because this is an apple tree here. I'm not sure what to do. There's only like the one branch there. In theory, I should be cutting this one up, but there's nothing else. So the tree looks kind of naked. And I have another one here. This one here is pretty big. I wanted to prune it. I did a little bit. I cut a few branches that were, you know, twisting in the wrong ways. There's a few more that I was able to cut, but it's been infected with something, I don't know what. And I was told that the only way to save it would be to spray some chemicals on it. So I'll see what happens now that I've actually done it. And yeah, use rhubarb here as well, and it seems to be spreading all over as well. That's pretty neat. It's kind of cool. And of course, my raspberries, they are growing like crazy. They're invading. I'm gonna have to take the tractor, the lawnmower, and find a way to contain them because I can't even make it to the middle. I wish I had 2 rows. You know, if I could mow the lawn like weed eater or brush cutter or something in the middle there, just so that I can at least walk there. And I would let them grow on this side, and I would let them grow on this side here. And like, they're almost invading my greenhouse. It's crazy how fast it's growing. And honestly, I don't mind. I just want to get rid of all those bushes and spruces back there, alders and cedars, and open this up a little bit. Yeah, there isn't really much to show for, but my fruit forest is coming along. A lot of stuff is starting to come out of dormancy. I just can't wait to see the grapes, which ones survived and which ones did not. I have to fix the greenhouse, and I want to make some raised beds. I want to, not because I don't like growing in ground, but it's just so hard to do, so hard to control the weeds. At least if I have a few garden beds, I can just focus on one at a time. If it grows weeds, I can focus on the one that's causing issues and not on every one of them. You know what I mean? Like, there's weeds growing in the middle, but I almost have to sacrifice the whole garden just to get rid of those weeds. Look at this one. Hello, hello. I have another one here. Hey, hey. This is the old chicken coop I was talking about on my live stream. See, like this can go to another use somewhere. I intend on fixing the rabbit hutches. I also have another one there with 4 different cages that I can use. But of course, it needs to be fixed. I also need to take this out. This is an old chicken coop that I have back there, and this one here as well. They have to go. They're just in the way for nothing. If I can take the rabbits in my garage, I will no longer need this windshield for the winter. But you know, coming back here to my soil, it is getting wet, so I can probably start planting in there at any point. For some reason, it's not always going down. It's like water on top and dry at the bottom. I know some people tend to get their soil wet before they even start, which is kind of what I was trying to do here, but it's not always that easy. All right, well, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna plant some seeds. I want to plant some lettuce and a few other things here, so we'll let you go. Take care. Bye.